power. President Gay, via Yatty, Lizage, I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a patriot of Madrid, when you learn it goes away. Alas, I go that Gianna, we say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Mamba Sivole. Sivole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. Puis après, everyone by say so, where there you go, yeah. I want Saibo. Yeah, Bio. Do a play you go back for Monia. Papa Yankita, petit, brother Fessoni. Kainaka. Pena paya posa gogo, mambo panjago. Apo blo akaway. Wapo sa nyonka fay. Pe afonte mwa mandi yopo kle yukiyen. Nyonyo si mwen. Posto tata tuyo kwe atrinyon di owan. Emo o. Nese tokan. Kwisi izwa kokoke. Wede yeble. Koworia. Nakanda salude. Posto tata tuyo kwe atrinyon di owan. Emo o. Nese tokan. Na kwisi izwa kokoke. Wede yeble. Koworia kanike. Na konkete nyambe wewe. Na nyonsa anfeble ane. Eyajo. Wale yajo. Let's do what you just grab the weapon. Say your book on ya. Are you an owl? Saibo Bodachi, I know I'm with you over. I want to your Clamala, I need a boy. Again, yes, I'm going to buy the good mwege. Hey, Imo, am I gay? One of what I want, I guess me, I'm going to end it the well. Oh, ow. Saibo Bodachi, I know I'm with you. So I like it, I'm going to never go. Netoni, I'm like you. Hey, are you? Oh, but we just say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking about. Kaidaka, when it was to work, I go to let you know halfway. I just know. This is what I say. Saibo boye, ow. You like do I name one by one name on tele by Potamu, Kanyada. Planning Papa, Renegasia, Paka on Lage, the Puesipo, the PSCB. There's no yes, you don't look enough one. There's a Bob was a dress, you, Mambo, Palipo, that Giano, and I will say you by. I will. Saibo. If I do a black guy, do it so say. I just want to lay a bad one out from your see you okay. Wait, Ivo, Saibo, and they didn't get up and block where John B. Bangla. On the green, I walk like a bad day, noir. It was a was. You're naturally tant clever soufflé. Say, Saibo Bodachi, I with you over. I'm done in it. Where are you? So walk away. I know Russell, Cape Roswell, South Africa, your boss, your bed. And you're for you, won't be and when one. I'm a pope and you don't feel it. I say, oh, Clavoyon. Say, back you were clear, we are coming. Saibo Bodachi, I know I'm with you over. Aba pepo swero, ninde swero. Kwa muda dumanje tota siko bala. Kabojo wase. Pepo swero muzo bloke. Say ya ase o paye no. Ken monde ye. Yo pample yo se monde ya now. Ariwo ase o paye. Amo amora da o. Saibo Bodachi, I know I'm with you. I wish I rule the yo, my Saibo, Moye no asel. Is a mayo. That was the yasi also won't Moye. Amora Ginola.
Alors, il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Lodé. Le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Mobile Production. Abia dia au bois. Amounia Grand. Moi, toi, Pierre. Pierre, mon moyen. Moyen, Pierre, mon moyen. A toi, Pierre, qui a volé. Pierre, mon moyen. Ah, Pierre, oui. Ndato Pierre, se prononcer. A toi, Pierre, qui a volé. A Bossia, oh. Moyen, Pierre, mon moyen. Moi, ça vaut ça, il va. Mon moyen. Pierre, qui m'a volé. M'envoyez-moi. Ah, Pierre, qui m'a volé. M'envoyez-moi. Eh, Pierre, oui, Pierre, oui, Pierre, oui, bébé. Ah, qui a volé. Pierre, mon moyen. La poche yo ji avere, so no juni emble, mo bli amado let's play. Jamone chi panyone, ne, mo waja chi panyone, ne, ja, plebone na kanyopo. Siabu chena, de kanywe, kanyon de progress se perdu ya. Piero mo moye, Piero mo moye, Piero mo moye, Odiarwa, Oyawesa, moye, Jiblo, no pigeon boba, Peruno. Ma boye play Piero we, Piero mo moye, mon blé production. Oh Pierre, mon blé production. À ça au clano. Ya ora bien l'homme au côté. Piero mo moye, Piero mo moye, Piero mo moye, Erico na Piero moye, ah Charlico na Piero moye, a to Piero moye. Erico ya to Piero mare bomu ya to Piero eri mare bomu ya to Piero mi omo daka do jale ko ye nyowo pa opa bla ye de nyani ye ble gba kite ya o anade kro aja de atia nyoro gba de ki abudi ye ono homono ne ka double ye so bo somo so ble so danyo pasable asenyo na ye ta esa ye libo sanele e to Piero jawe ke to Piero point so wege to Piero iwa mo pa kaya no e ka sene la ta ya mo la osiane to Piero ki agba ile papa ko ya o a to Piero moye ah nu agba mo e live ko agba mo e ah o nu agba mo e Piero we ah Piero nu agba mo e Piero we ah Piero mo moye o Piero mo moye gayo padà we nebo kango ah jijeji ah jijeji we ah mara dije me o awo buba kari de kweli to wake asa o made Piero mo moye Piero mo moye ese sonia brutie ase o mama sable ye Angela Wene e bobo pablo ye Angela Wene na ma bobo pablo ye Angela Wene Angela kio ma chapa ke yo tare akio moye Angela mo moye ah oh mama mo kebla ya mama kebla de we you ah Ajaro. Moye, Jaro moye, 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 moye. Moye, 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 Jaro moye, moye, ale, moye.
Ozana bata wo ayeye. Nyakeye zanyo bata wo ayeye. Sigo. Lewo. Deli abo glalu mo we yo panya o. Banja lo ye ta yo boke ayene. When you get your mind wo. Adro. Ma. Kebo, Mose wendo se pondwae. Onye lo ye taje po fedu ananyo. Modo gbedu obo taje po yoyo. Adije baba bata o ayeye. Ozo. Sanya manole o male. Yende mwamuda o. Jesi o ayeze na wo. Wodie onyo bae wenyo de aja. Ya jazu e to wa ja se bo gbere jazu to wa dalu e de lo yin asu wa jazu when you be here I know wa papa o I know say me o okay ya ja sa e mo lo yan ba aye ije so be wa o.
Good evening, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I told you the last time I wasn't going to be dancing until something good was happening for my people. And I thought tonight was a wonderful, wonderful time to dance. Thank you, Dr. Weir. I really appreciate what you did today. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. These are some of the things some of us were looking up to. And we appreciate that. That's not the point right now. Safety, folks. If you do good for your car, take care of your car will take care of you. I'm also dancing because I've been hearing within the last week or so that the savior of Grand Jide County is coming. The person that's going to take Grand Jide from where it is now to where it's supposed to be is coming. And we will be piling the road up, making the way, sweeping, so that he will succeed. Grand Jide County is coming. If this person is successful in whatever they want to do in Grand Jide will be on the map of corrupt behavior free. No question asked. I will tell you more. But let's go on. That's not the subject matter. I'm just dancing the fact that Dr. Weir was able to come and give a speech today. You, you have the right to disagree. You also have the right to agree. That's what makes this thing wonderful. Basically, interpretation, the time will be good, the time will be bad. Simple as that. So let's get on with the program this afternoon. Folks, before I do that, this is what I'm going to be doing every time that I come on. I want you to understand, there are some of us, you get involved into something. There are certain aspects of your involvement in whatever it is you are that will captivate your imagination, that will bring you to the point to say, you know what? It's worth it. All my decision, I thought I was going to be wrong, but if I'm successful, it's worth the try. This is the reason. Let's put that reason up for Dr. Weir as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I keep telling you this. Okay, I'll take myself out of there. I want you to look at this picture again. During the campaign, you most likely gonna get tired of me showing you the campaign, but I want you to understand, when we engage ourselves in these kinds of discussion, where is the standing point? What is the barometer? What is the lower point of all of us? The starting position of all of us as we come into you don't just come into the debate from the top. You have a starting position. You have a point that make you to get involved. There's certain things that trigger your mind to say, I'm going to be involved. So every one of us, we have a starting point. You can call it platform. You can call it jumping point, whatever point you call it. But all of us have that, the initial point from which we launch ourselves into this discussion. For me, these are the kinds of stuff that I believe that launched Dr. Weir into whatever it is that he's trying to do. During the campaign, Dr. Weir went all over the country and walked on these roads. Wet, dry, he was walking on it. And if he looks behind you, the other picture, look how much car behind it got stuck. So you want to tell me, if this person has the kind of ability to do something better for our people, he's not going to do so? I don't think so. So I want you to look at it. Let's keep it at the back of your mind as I go on tonight on this discussion. Okay, let's move on. Quick story here. I've been on this story here for quite a while now. Quite recently, I read also, these are the people that are vying. One of them is already commissioner, deputy commissioner for maritime affairs. The other one was recently appointed, and the Supreme Court, one of the justices have the order stay, and so now the justices have turned it over to the full Supreme Court for adjudication. Whoa, Samson told, why you come off from that kind of what you mean? I said for judging. What do you mean by adjudication? Please, man, Samson don't move from there, man. You can't about adjudication. I said for judging. They take the thing to the court, to the Supreme Court to judge. The Supreme Court going to judge and decide who win. That's how you talk. So these are the things. I'm going to be doing something tonight. Once again, let me just, before I do that, why my picture now? The person who want to be, I tell you, say you got traffic again. But you say other than that. Okay. Tonight, I'm going to be doing something that is unusual. You heard the president reading his speech today to the nation. He addressed the nation. I'm going to do my best tonight to read his speech live here. And the reason being, I listened to it at work, but the audio was not as good as I would like for it to be. So as God could have it, I was able to find his speech on Daily Observer. So whatever that I got from Daily Observer, that's what I'm going to be giving you. So whether it's the actual speech or not, it's left for you to judge that. But I'm going to be reading his speech. And if you read the speech, as I've done, I did read the speech. I went through it. You will understand that we Liberians, once we get involved in these kinds of stuff, we have to be very careful. Because these things are not just things happening right now. I'll give you an example. I will read one or two passages here. And this also was a speech delivered to the Liberian people by one of the Liberian presidents. I will tell you what year was it. And I'm reading now from this. You can't see it, so you will not know it. It said, Ministry of Agriculture. The Ministry of our economy continues to be accorded top priority, and our basic objectives remain unchanged. We must achieve national self-sufficiency in our staple food by accelerating the production of rice, tree crops, livestock, and forestry productions. To this, we must provide more aid to sustain farmers to improve and increase self-productivity and thereby change their status from more substance to commercial character. Just bear with me, bear with me. These are fundamental objectives which require careful planning, cooperation, dedication, hard work, and above all, greater financial commitment. William R. Tubber. Third annual message delivered by Dr. William R. Tubber, Jr., President of the Republic of Liberia, to the third section of the 47th legislature, January 23rd, 1974. That would be what? About 44 years ago. The wording here might be a little bit different, but the same thing Dr. Weah stated today, they're still happening to us since 1974. Since 1974, we still are not able to stand on our 2 feet. Since 1974, we have PhDs in economy, PhD in agriculture, PhD in engineering, PhD in science, all sciences, medical doctors, all from Liberia. But since 1974, we're still struggling to feed ourselves. And as long as you're not able to feed yourself, you are unable to sustain life as an individual. Those of us from the countryside, let me take this out. Those of us from the countryside, you will understand when I say this. Okay? Back in the days, up in the countryside, Samson told growing up, decided I want to stay in Town. I don't want to go to Maria. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay in Town. So you stay in Town. So most likely, what your mom and dad would do for Samson too is this. It's okay. You're growing up now. You're not going to be sleeping with your brothers and sisters anymore. You got to be on your own. Here's your room. But you have to make sure that room is lit every night. Make sure you have hot water for yourself to take bath every night. And if you continue with that process for some time, then your mom and dad will go into some kind of a conference. Say Samson too is ready to marry. Because this is how our people view marriage. You're going to different people town or different people houses and getting their daughter from there to come and stay with you. Are you able to provide for that person? You're not going to be begging people for food to feed your wife. So they say if you're able to keep the candle, if you're able to keep the kerosene in your lamp for as long as it's possible, then you're able to feed. The next test they give you is how often do you go on a farm? I look at that thing long and I said, no, I don't think I ever want here. I'm able at getting out of here. How can I run away from Grand Total? Because I'm able to carry and piano business for me to marry somebody. I'm able to feed them that go begging for that. You're bringing shame to the family. And those of you from the countryside, you know the name of the family is much, much more important than it is an individual. Samson told you go to Monrovia and you steal something and they whoop you in Monrovia and the news get back to Total. You come back for vacation, your mom and dad will not even let you enter their house because you have disgraced the family. That's how far these people take this thing. So basically, if you are unable to feed yourself, your standing in the community has becomes less and less and less until you're no longer in anybody's mind. Feeding, eating is something make you a man, a woman. Can you feed yourself? Can you sustain yourself? God has given you life. Can you sustain the life? And for some reason, we Liberians have not been able to find a sweet spot in our livelihood to be able to sustain ourselves. And that's what Dr. We are laying out today. He didn't pull punches, he laid it out. And I really appreciate it. I don't agree with some of the things they put up because I'm an opposition, so I don't agree with it. But I must be truthful. And I really appreciate what he did today. When he was reading it, I was also following it, but I couldn't hear it correctly, but I was reading. People were writing, oh, don't read that thing. Tell what you want to do, how you will solve the problem. No, that's not real. Here in the United States, where you guys live here, and we all making all the big mouth and running our mouths daily and things like that. When was the last time major economic situation happened that get fixed by the president without informing the nation? When was it? When was the last time when the economy, when Barack Obama came to power, when the economy was leaking jobs and money that he have to go and save the automaker, the car makers? He has to put money in there. He has to put money into the economy. Was he not addressed? Did he not address the nation and say that these are some of the things we're planning to do? Then if Dr. Weir come and do the same thing, then you guys want to complain? I take my hat off to Dr. Weir. I don't agree with some of the people around him. People like Maya Shaw. What is he doing over there? I don't agree with it. But I have the ability to put my biases aside and listen. And I think the audio for us, those of us in the diaspora, I don't know about you, but for me, it didn't do me good tonight at all. So here now, I'm going to try my best to read this thing here, and I want you to follow me. Okay, I'll do the best though. I'm not saying that I'm the perfect reader. I'm from Total. Some word might be very difficult for me tonight, but I'm asking you to bear with me. Okay? Now, you know what? Before I do this, I'm getting nervous. To be honest with you, I'm getting nervous. I'm going to be reading Dr. Weir's speech. My feet are trembling right now. I'm scared. So you know what? Let me take commercial and go drink some more water. I'm pulling no punches with you guys here tonight. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. You think I'm going to read it and be swallowing spit and not able to do anything? Samson told. Let me take commercial. I'll be back. Please stay with me. Let me go grab myself a cup of water, drink water while I'm reading the speech. You need to read speech, that smart thing. I come and read a speech. Millions of people listen to me. I can't even speak well. Please, Samson told LIBERIA Public. Listen to this commercial. I will be right back.
Hey man, everybody get our own hero. Down to the police. Let's go to A.B. Johnson. My hero. Yamage. Some people got a hero to make. Your hero is your hero. My hero is my hero. Eka, my hero. Now 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 my hero. Yes, they go to the show. What about your way? You know that man. You did. Now we say go. See your best.
Hello everybody, my name is Chef Africanus Nathan of Nathan Catering Service. We are a full service catering team. We offer varieties of menus and services to fit your budget. Our services include wedding anniversary, wedding reception, birthday, graduation, corporate events, baby shower, holiday event, open house, family reunion, and many more. We cater not just in Jacksonville, Florida, but we've been in a lot of states in America to cater. We even went as far as Canada to cater. Our catering service is equipped, as you can see, we can handle any events. So if you are planning your next event, please allow Nature Catering Service to serve you. Remember, our customer satisfaction is guaranteed. And if it has to be catered, it has to be Nature Catering. Contact us in America at 904-414-0402. As we plan to open in Liberia very soon, you can contact us in Liberia right now at 088-6877-503. We love what we do, we cherish what we do, and believe me, you will love us when you give us a chance to cater to your next event. So let's start planning your event to make your day a beautiful one. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
Oh God, you know, Jaira is Jaira. Some people here to make a market. Some people here to be up and down in the street. Some people here to get a sign of it. I got my hero, his music hero. I say, now my hero, now my hero, now my hero.
Okay, welcome, and you think say this thing is a small thing, now not small thing. Somebody, I'm seriously going to be reading a speech here tonight, but reading in stuff, these are not something we do every day, so I got nervous. Let me drink some more water. How many times you're not seeing me what drink the bowl? Dr. I was reading today, the whole world was watching, and yeah, I am reading. I'm going to get 1 or 2 people watching me, and I'm scared. Okay, all right, okay, enough. Let me go on. I'm getting ready to read it. Let's follow. Okay, they said full text as delivered. My fellow citizens, our international partners, ladies and gentlemen, nearly 6 months ago, I was sworn in as President of the Republic of Liberia, following a historic election, which the majority of Liberians demand change for hope. 1 week after my inauguration, I was required to fulfill the constitutional mandate to report to the country on the state of the nation. You will recall that during the first annual message, I candidly described the poor state of affairs of the economy, which my administration had inherited. The economy was weak and underperforming, and the government was facing severe and liquidate changes. Bear with me. Our currency was experiencing rapid and unprecedented depreciation, contribution to, excuse me, folks. Samson told. You think I got shame fear? I ain't got shame fear. I have a teleprompter that I'm using much, but my teleprompter is kind of slow for me, so I have to speed it up a little bit so I can catch up. I don't want to be here all night, so just bear with me. I will start all over again. I have a big teleprompter on the wall that I'm reading from. I just want you to know that, okay? But the teleprompter is not doing me a favor at all. It's very slow. So let's go back again. Let me fix it. I had it fixed earlier, but that's technology. Who cares? Okay, let's start again. Just give me a few more seconds here. I'm gonna read it. I don't care. Okay, I think this will do. Okay. Well, LIBERIA Public Radio Facebook page keep interrupting as well. Okay. All right, a little bit. Let's give it a little bit more speed. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Let me give it. Let's go. Let's give it a little bit more speed. Okay. Just bear with me. I will read it. Whether you stay here or not, I'm gonna read it. It doesn't matter. Okay. The technology. That's something I stealing it from Total. I'm stealing it from Total. Bear with me. Okay, speed still a little bit slow. I'm gonna read it. You want to leave? Thank you. I appreciate you coming on. Well, no, we're not gonna rush. I got all day. I'll read it. I thought I had this thing set, but apparently not. So just bear with me. Okay. I'm going to be reading slow, so it might take me some time. This is still slow. Okay. Let's push. Let's try 61. Folks, if you can't stand what I'm doing, you want to leave, that's okay. You don't have to stay with me. You don't. Seriously. So it's not like I'm wasting your time. I know you have basic things to take care of. You can go ahead and leave. That's okay. We'll do the best we can here as well. Okay, I think this is a good speed now. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Okay. All right. You know, we try to follow the white people thing here. I'm way out here, and I'm trying to read at the same time. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, I'm going to read it now. All right, let's go ahead. Thank you for staying. Okay. Full text as delivered. My fellow citizens, our international partners, ladies and gentlemen, nearly 6 months ago, I was sworn in as President of the Republic of Liberia, following an historic election in which the majority of Liberians demanded change for hope. 1 week after my inauguration, I was required to fulfill a constitutional mandate to report to the country on the state of the nation. You will recall that during that first annual message, I candidly described the poor state of affairs of the economy which my administration inherited. The economy was weak and underperforming, and the government was facing scarcity and liquidated damage. Our currency was experiencing rapid and unprecedented depreciation, contributing to rising inflation. Unemployment was very high. Our foreign reserves were at an all-time low. Today, 5 months later, it is not for us to complain about the bleak situation we inherited or to cast blame upon previous administration. Rather, ours is a duty and responsibility to find new sustainable solutions to these old age problems that have stimulated defied solution in the past. We were very aware of this systematic problem when we decided to run for high office of president of Liberia, and so we were not surprised. And we are full aware that we were elected with the expectation that we would solve these challenges. This is a task that we are now embarking upon with strong determination, focus, and commitment. As a first step in this direction, we have placed emphasis and urgency on the formulation of a comprehensive development strategy that will be supported by a strategy implementation plan. The development strategy, to be known as the Pro-Poor Agenda for Priorities and Development, is nearing completion and will be very shortly be presented to all stakeholders, including our foreign development partner, the private sector, the general public, for consultation input before being finalized into the strategy implementation plan. The development strategy and implementation plan will serve as a roadmap for the urgent and implementation text next to taking in government direction and will consist of a short, modern-term reform, restructuring of the. My fellow Liberians, ladies and gentlemen, I am fully aware that we are faced with a very difficult microeconomic situation in Liberia. For many decades, we have incurred the trade deficit because we imported more than we exported. We also have economic based on tradition experts such as iron ore, rubber, coffee, etc., which are shipped to foreign buyers. The raw state without proposition could have also contributed significantly to the industrialization and employment. Additionally, the price and demand for our export and determine the effect by the factor of slump in demand for the product which utilize our raw material will always result in extreme generating shock to our economy. The world as a whole is facing new economic challenges. Of late, trade war between the major manufacturing countries could also reduce demand and place downward pressure on the prices of our major exports. In the meantime, on the positive note, as regarded investment confidence, Liberia has moved to a new level of sustainable peace, which has led to the withdrawal of the United Nations Peace Mission in Liberia. However, the negative impact on the real estate and influence into the economy of the US dollar spent by the foreign peacekeeper is significant. Finding lasting solution to the present macroeconomic challenges will take some time because nothing less than structural transformation of the Liberian economy will produce sustainable recovery and growth. The key to success in this endeavor is for Liberians to produce more goods and services locally so that we can reduce importation of goods and services from abroad, sometimes in the value to the rest of the world. In this regard, our government intends to embark upon a major push to ensure that Liberia becomes more competitive in terms of domestic production. In so doing, we intend to encourage and empower Liberian businessmen and Liberian-owned businesses to lead the transformation of the Liberian economy. We will enable them to become more competitive by providing affirmative policies and support, including ready access to finance and expertise. The aim and intention of this approach is to encourage import substitution and manufacture from export, as well as sustainable wealth and job creation. But this is a medium-term solution to less than immediate negative impact on our people. My fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, since 2016, Liberia dollar has been on a consistent depreciation trend, while prices have been on the upward trend. By December 2017, the Liberian dollar had depreciated by 25%. Since January 2016, it has depreciated further by another 25%. This recent depreciation in the value of the Liberian dollar has increased inflation by 4% to 21% from 17% back in February 2018. I am fully aware of the negative impact of the decline exchange rate on the economic well-being of the Liberian people and the serious hardship this is bringing to the cause. Let me assure you that the government has resolved to take the necessary and urgent measure to address the situation. Why the fall in the price of our traditional export and the oil mill downdraw have contributed significantly to this situation. We believe a strong and more aggressive enforcement of monetary policy, along with the relevant factors, it should go a long way to. I am advised that the short-term measure that could have mandate the positive impact in the aggressive enforcement of the existing policy. It is clear that our monetary policy regime over the past several years has been lax. In fact, it could well be said that we do not have the capability to exert effective control over our monetary policy, since more than 90% of the money supply out of banking system. My fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, over the next several weeks, the government, through its economic management team and in close collaboration with the Central Bank of Liberia, will announce a series of monetary and fiscal measures that we believe should help resolve the decline in the value. In seeking solution to this problem, we intend to encourage the mind of the best, brightest Liberian economy, both abroad and here. And we will also seek advice and active support from our international partners. This measure will include, but not limited to, 1. An immediate infusion by the central bank of $25 million into the economy to pump up the excess liquidated Liberian dollar. 2. A mandate to the central bank to provide more effective supervision and regulation of money changer for foreign exchange bureau. 3. A mandate to the central bank to provide more robust oversight of bank owner and supervision. Conduct a comprehensive review of regulation on the holder of both Liberia's dollar and the US dollar outside the banking system, and provide incentive and safeguard to encourage the utilization of the banking system, including financial institutions. My fellow citizens, the above measure and many more currently being considered are crucial steps towards the goal of arresting the rapid deterioration of the Liberian dollar. However, the ultimate solution for strengthening the Liberian dollar is to ensure domestic economic competitiveness and the existence of a strong private sector that is oriented towards the domestic consumption, import, substitution, and export. This is the goal we seek to achieve in the Pro-Po agenda for prosperity and development. The road to this transformation will be long and sometimes difficult, and we ask our people for patience. We fully understand the urgency and critical nature of the situation, and we are fully focused in trying to solve the problem, some which have existed over many decades. Let us all work together to lift our people out of poverty. We will confront the challenges that have defied us from generation with strong resolve, and together we will overcome them and move on to achieve our dream. In so doing, I am inspired by moral words of the national anthem. Union strong, success sure, we can fail. We Now I ask that you bear with us during this transitional period. Our economic management team will give bi-monthly press conference on the current state of the economy and the new measure which will take from time to time to deal effectively with this situation going forward. We therefore call for your understanding, cooperation, collaboration, patience, and better days ahead. As we embark on this, okay. Wow. Are you kidding me, Sansinto? What? Mm. Dr. Wia, the president, you know Bogo, but I got to drink 5 cups of water today just from reading. And I was chopping some of them too. And then they said, Dr. Wia can't read. You go stay in front of the microphone and read that thing. My goodness. Oh, oh, Jesus Christ. Somebody, I thought I was going to pass out. Let me drink again. Jesus. Dr. Wia, let me ask you a question. When you say you wanted to be president, you thought you were going to be doing this thing? Because you smart. Because you smart. What? All the both people there, let them go read that thing. I was reading it, I'm sweating. My air conditioner in the studio, I'm sweating. You see, I'm sweating. Because you smart. But anyway, let me get back onto the meat. After making a fool of myself. But I enjoy it. I made some work because the teleprompter decided to speed up when it was not supposed to. And my son, who's supposed to be managing it, I'm doing it all by myself. So it's difficult. But let's go to the main thing. The main thing I want on a very serious note. I did this and I didn't even do him a justice either because I was reading too fast. And sometimes I miss some words because the teleprompter was just fast enough. But I want you to go and read this on a very serious note. Don't just disagree. Don't just put a roadblock in your face. Go and read it. Go and read the speech. Listening to him on the TV and things like that won't do you a justice either, because the microphone and sometimes the audio will not come through the way it's supposed to. Look, I was reading. I'm in my uncomfortable studio here, air conditioning running, and I was running with his speech. So the pig smart. One thing I know is smart. Okay, but let's be serious for one. Go and read it. Read the text. Read the text. Basically, what I read was what he was saying. And there's a same thing Tobo was saying back in 1974. He's preparing the Liberian people. What is coming? We will take some measures that most likely might affect you negatively. Because first of all, we don't have enough to feed ourselves. We don't export more than we import. Think about it. Then we want to sit there and make noise. When I said begin, he's still my begin anyway. But Dr. Wia, when he come out and tell us these things, let me just put it out front quickly. Those around him, people like Maya Shaden, I have no trust in them. But if they're responsible for this, and the president is telling us this, then I think we should give him latitude. The only other concern that I have, they're going to try to infuse the economy by putting more money in there. The money in this slum, in this swamp, in this river, didn't dry out overnight. People taking it, those who are not supposed to take it. So if Dr. Wia comes out with billions of dollars and say, I want to infuse it into the economy, if the Liberian people are not truthful for themselves, if they are not sincere, no amount of money will satisfy things in Liberia. If the money is put in there for a specific purpose, those who are managing the money must utilize that money for the purpose for which the Liberian people allow their president to put the money in there. But as soon as they start putting money, you see people coming here buying houses, coming to the United States buying houses, buying cars in Liberia. And then before you know, the problem start all over. Since 1973, when Dr. Tubber made that speech, we have not been able to lift ourselves from nothing. Dr. Chinonwe King, this is a woman with PhD in agriculture. Very smart, intelligent. Nothing happened. Madam Ellen King, nothing happened. So I'm not going to call them because people say, oh, they're not educated. So that's fine. The educated people came to Liberia. Dr. Sawyer, nothing happened. We still can't feed ourselves. And for me, there's only one problem that can solve all of these things. And I've been suggesting that problem over and over. I've been suggesting the solution, the solution for our problems. Roads. And not fly by night road like the building Dole community. That's not the kind of road I'm talking about. Roads, even if they're not wider, but it must be to standard. Must be decently built. So our people will be able to come from one point to another. At one time here in our community, in the Judea community, the rumors that were going, people were leaving from other places in Grand Judea County to go to Tapeta to go buy pepper. It's not that the people back home not able to grow their own pepper. But what is the incentive? What is the incentive? Now we're talking Liberian dollar against the American dollar. Now you tell me, if rice are not being imported from from America, what would be the main reason that you need a American dollar for? Because people who are importing the rice from America, they're paying US dollar. They don't want your Liberian dollar. So your Liberian dollar value gonna go down. But if we can produce for ourselves. There was a story, I believe it was in Kenya. What I'm getting ready to tell you now, just take my word for it. Try and research it. And this story was narrated on NPR one time. There was a young guy, Kenya, from America. He went home. When he went home, he established his business in one of the slum areas. And it was difficult getting the actual Kenya money to come into that area. So he put his people together. True story. So he said, you know what? The government refused to give us money that will make you to buy things. Let's trade among ourselves. Let's leave the government money. Let's just make some kind of paper that we trade and believe in that paper. And they did it. And their economy within that community started booming. And the government couldn't find out. They couldn't understand why these people in the slum, their economy booming like that. They went to investigate. These people have their own currencies that they believe in. They trust in it. The US dollar you got, you think that gold still back in there? It's trust. Trust of your fellow man. Trusting that the man not going to do anything foolish to ruin your hard-earned money. Trust. I work for a company, and this company will have a retirement system. And we pay every month. We pay into the retirement system. But what I'm saying here is it's not unique to my company. Most of you with 401k, these things happen. People manage your money. The people take the money and invest. Trust. Invest into something, hoping that they will get something in return. They use some of the money from the retirement fund and invest into certain commodity, whatever, hoping that they will get something in return. Sometimes they get something, 9.5% return, 18% return, 23% return. And the return I'm talking about, say for example, I'm doing something, you give me $5, and I gave you $6 back. I give you an original $5 back, I gave you $5 and $1 more because the money you put me in there, I'm giving you 7% back. Trust. So when those people in Kenya started doing that, the government frowned on it. Said, no, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have you coming here with money, in our own money. Whatever you guys want us to do, we'll do it. So the government was able to cave to those people in that slum. And the slum community, the community themselves went to the government, to the parliament, and warned them. Said the next time you people try to block us from getting money so that we will survive, when we do this thing, we're not turning back. We're talking money. What the Liberian dollars you have, what is the value? What do you have to back it? What do you have to back that dollar that you're printing? It's the trust of the Liberian people. If the people don't trust you, you go nowhere. Politician. Oh, I want to be a politician. I want to do this. We know politician lies. No question about it. Any part of the world, they lie. Nobody trusts them. But when it comes to money, it's the trust that back this money. And that's why when you infuse certain amount of money, US dollar, into the economy to boost the economy up, those who are responsible to manage the affair must do good. If not, we're going to be right back here. We're going to be right back. And Samson too, we're going to be reading Dr. Weir's speech again, chopping it up. But these are some of the things that I'm talking about. So for me, I'm so that's why I told you guys that I was not going to dance again while my people are suffering. I know the people are still suffering, but the mere fact that Dr. Weir will come on today and give us a blueprint, what I call blueprint, you might call it a different thing. I don't care. I call it blueprint because he said, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. And here's the result if we follow that. That's a blueprint to me. He can't do it by himself. Yeah, we sit on here. I continue to curse. When we have nothing to offer. None of us, including me. I'm an engineer, but I can't go home. I stay here and try to do engineering business on TV here. Why? Of course, when you push me, I'll blame them. But what is there that I can't go? A friend of mine, I'm not going to call his name. He was here. He was a British engineer here in the United States, working for some company, making good money. And he decided, I'm going to go home. Left his kids, his wife, and went home to help build the country. And that's why when he called me the last time to say, I want you to come and help with the young engineers that I have to teach them some of the engineering practices and things, what people do in terms of road design, things like that, I didn't hesitate. But let me tell you the true story now, tonight. We were moving from one house to another. Immediately I moved, my family put all the stuff in the garage and things, packed the stuff, those that was essential, the bed, everything I laid down. The next day I was out of here. It was my wife and my 15-year-old were able to go and decorate the house while I was gone for 2 months. Not only was she working full-time jobs, but she had 3 kids. She went and arranged for school for them in the morning, give them bath, make sure take them to school. When she come from work in the morning, she would not sleep. She would make sure the children go and take care of the kids, school and stuff. Then she would sleep for a little bit and go and pick them up. Those are the sacrifices some of us continue to make. So for the brother to leave and do that, When I was flying with him that day, I refused to sit by him because I didn't want him to feel my pain. Because I was feeling the pain, leaving my wife and my kids here, young kids, and going to Liberia. Why, if anything happened to me, God forbid, how are they going to go and make it? But thank God my wife was just, decent human being and able to take care of the kids while I was gone. But you have other people that are doing the same thing. So my plea to all of you, once again, is to ask you. The George Weah-led government have put out a platform, a blueprint. Let's give them the opportunity to see if they will follow the blueprint. Because here's the thing. I told you again. What is backing the Liberian dollar is trust. We sit here and write daily on the social media and degrade the system. The system that our brothers and sisters are supposed to trust, we degrade it. We degrade those who are leading the system. The process itself. When you degrade those who are leading the system, but then you want your brothers and sisters to trust them, how's that supposed to work? Do you see where I'm going with this thing? I'm not supporting anybody. That's not the point. Wait till you see when the Grand Jida business that I'm talking about, when the election comes out, and when I get involved, then you will know how I support people. You will understand. But the point is, we have to give the people the opportunity. After the speech, I saw Dr. Weah going to Imaya Shah. What Imaya Shah got to do with it? However, I must give Dr. Weah the opportunity to say, okay, your eyesight is different from mine. And here's the thing about this leadership business. When you're on top, you can see all around. But when you're at the bottom, what Sansinto is, all you see is just the hilltop, what my eyes can reach. I can't see all the way on the top, and I can't see on the other side of the hill. Then because of the obliqueness of the hill, blocking my view, I become my view and my words and everything becomes distorted. Because why? I can't see on the other side. But those that are on top, they can see me, they can see the other side. And when I start talking to this, Mr. Tor, calm down. We know what's going on. Give us the opportunity. Let's work it out. My people, no one Liberian can get this thing out of the ballpark by themselves. I don't care. It can be country giant. I don't care. It can be soccer legend. The legend himself cannot do all by himself. He's going to need all of us. Even if you don't have money to send home, what's wrong with your prayer? You think if Dr. Weah failed, your brothers and sisters would succeed? He was elected. You push him in a corner and he take defensive position. You think he's going to care about your brothers and sisters then? You have to understand how to engage. Our country people say, and let me tell you one other story before I say this. There was a guy when I was growing up in Total, twice. The first one was a very minor stuff, but he was severely injured as well. The guy went hunting and he saw the leopard. In fact, his trap caught a leopard. True story though. So when the leopard fought, he couldn't get out. So when the guy came and saw the leopard, he shot at the leopard. So when he shot at the leopard, the bullet, when it cut the rope, the twine, the metal twine, whatever they call it. But the leopard didn't run. The leopard decided to behave like he was dead. The guy came, he said he put a gun over and turned the leopard over and everything. like he's dead. So he said, okay, let me go home and go tell my people. So he started going. When he turned his back to walk, the leper got up. The leper didn't attack him right away. Before you get to the trap, there's a tree that was, it's a rotten tree, but it didn't go all the way to the ground. So you have to go, those of you from the countryside, you know what I'm talking about. You have to go under the tree and come out like that. So by the time he bent, the leper, bloop, went on the tree and sat down waiting for him. So as soon as he went there, they come out, boom, leper grabbed him. So he and the leper started fighting. He plucked the leper. He said he plucked the leper in his eyes, but he has a hand in his leper mouth. When he came to toe time, I saw him myself. His whole hand chewed up. I won. There's another guy. When you watch some of my picture here, especially my closing picture, that's my cousin. One of my cousins married to this guy that I'm getting ready to tell you the story about. And they have my second cousin. So anyway, this guy went hunting. Similar situation, except for him, he shot the leper. So the leper behaved like he was dead. So he went there, turned the leper over. As soon as he turned his back, the leper got up and jumped him. But this guy, before the leper attacked him, I know who he is. Very strong person. You don't fool around with him. In fact, because of his strength, he doesn't like to live among people. Because the people believe that if he lives around somebody make him mad, he can do some serious damage. So they always let him stay by himself. So he got in a fight with the leper. The leper messed him up, tore his mouth. No teeth left in his mouth. Put his hand in the leper mouth until he dragged himself to his gun, sat on the gun and shot the leper in his stomach. Killed him. When they brought him to town that night, they refused for us to go and see him because he was messed up. I was about to make my way. But our country people say, let me now that I finish telling you all the story now. Our country people say this: your hand in the leper, then you want to be slapping the leper. No. What he said was when his hand was in the leper mouth, when he was dragging himself, he made sure he continued to feed his leper with his hand. So the leper will concentrate on the hand while he himself dragging himself to the gun and his tree. I'm not saying our hand in Dr. Weir mouth. That's not what I'm saying. But our hand is in the economic mouth. We have to find means to take our hand peacefully, take it out. Because things can go sour on us quickly. So I'm very proud of my position on this. And I know most of you don't agree with it, but that's fine. That's your view as well. I'm glad and I'm happy that Dr. Weir was able to come out to give us a blueprint. Now, the implementation of this blueprint, that's a different issue. I'm sure they're able to implement the blueprint itself. But my concern is, as these people now take money and put money into the economy, those who are supposed to manage the money, are they going to look at it as a freebie now for them to start pinching here and there, shortchange the country, and then we'll fall back into this? This brings me back to my next point, and then I'll open the line up. Is there any system set up? When I read this thing, I didn't see that part where Dr. Weir would say we're going to put certain amount of money in this to infuse to make sure that the economy start booming. However, those who will be responsible for just changing our people will be punished. I didn't see that. That's the only disappointment that I have. Because Dr. Weir should know, and he knows, that the money that's going to go in there, people will take it. But what is the mechanism that is set up along with you can't set the punishment outside of this team. You can't set the punishment outside of this new implementation blueprint you have. The punishment for those who will violate the rule must be also part of this blueprint. You have to tell the people, if you make a mistake and the government find that you have embezzled the money, we're not going to think twice about it. You're going to be punished. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to continue to feel this huge bureaucracy. You're going to continue to feel this money eater. So I think overall, I'm very happy that Dr. Weah and his people will be proactive in a sense. I'm not too sure if that's the correct proactiveness or whatever you want to call it, because it's been a while. But I would still say proactive because things have not quite downhill yet. It started going, but they're trying to arrest that, and I appreciate it. So now let me go on to the line, but before I do that, let me take another sip of water. I'm drinking too much water tonight. If you notice that, and I'll tell you the reason why. Okay. This thing is not necessarily difficult thing for our people, because first of all, we know you don't have gold to back that Liberian dollar. You don't have bunch of diamond backing the Liberian dollar. It's trust. It's based on trust because we trust each other. But if the trust level it's not there to support anything, you're not going anywhere. And this is where we come in. My opinion, we, the Liberian diaspora, this is where we come in. Because believe it or not, we continue to infuse the economy as well because we send money home. So I think if you want to continue to have your brothers and sisters to do well, you have to project the image of trust. I'm not saying trust them blindly. That's a different thing. Trust but verify. That's Ronald Reagan. Okay? Dr. Weah and his people. Yeah, from time to time they will put up some stuff that I question. I'm not comfortable. For example, the Minister of Information, the Minister of Finance putting their hands to their lips, taking pictures for what reason? What were they trying to say? Those are childish behavior. And these people are quite responsible. People count on them for daily activity. People trust in them, for which people trust the dollar. And you tell people to shut up. I don't know what they do. I tell people to shut up, but you put your and people take those pictures and put them up. They undercut your ability to be trusted. These are some of the things people don't understand. In order for you to function, people must trust you. You don't play with these kind of. These are not childish games. People are dying. There's no more war. I agree. But because of medicine, shortage of medicine, people dying. Shortage of food, people dying. And if people give you power, state power, you don't come on and put your hand to your mouth to say people must shut up. For what? Is that why you were employed, for you to tell people to shut up? For me, that was childish behavior. If somebody says something that you want, then you want to rebut it to whatever the person says, be a man, come on and tell them. You have no reason to say this because this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this. And since you have nothing to offer, I will appreciate it if you don't say anything at all. If you have nothing positive to say, don't say anything. Be a man to say that. But you're standing there, put the international community, oh, that the finance minister there. What kind of business is that? Those are childish games that you guys should be out of by now. Samson to LIBERIA Radio. Let me play the other commercial, a very quick one, and I'll open the line. And folks, if you don't call me, I want to be here for a few minutes tonight. If you don't call me, first thing, if you call, I want you to rate me. Even you don't have to call, but rate me on the page. It's my reading of Dr. Weir's speech. I know I did poor job, but so what? Let's commercial.
Welcome to Fiber Queen of Wooland. Everyone that's looking for nice African for wedding, whatever fiber you need, you can just come over here. You have all this nice stuff. If you need ashebi, you know, you guys can come over here for baby shower, for wedding. You guys are welcome. She had really nice stuff. You can see all over there, all those men over here. You don't have to go to the theater and then Nicole will be telling you all kind of stories. You can just come here. They're already made. And for ladies, you can just look for whatever fiber you're looking for and match it for the men. And you know, your husband already have a shirt made. You can get stuff for your kids. You can get stuff for the whole family. We have African slippers and ashobi hair ties all over. We have different kinds of lists and everything. So you guys are welcome, okay? It's really nice. It's Fiber Queen on Wooland, 95 off of Wooland. 6625 Woodland Avenue, okay? So you guys are welcome, 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 welcome. You have nice stuff here for ladies, for men, for kids, and for everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Fabric Queen of Philadelphia. Fabric Queen of Philadelphia is 100% African-owned business. At Fabric Queen, we are specialized in high quality wax product, Swiss lace, jewelry, and beauty products that will make you shine like the queen of fabrics. We are located at 6625 on Woodland Avenue, 10 Philadelphia. Telephone number 215-800-0.
Thank you. Okay, here's my number up there. You people have a way of doing it. When I say call, nobody call. Then when I'm ready to leave, when I'm closing, that's when they start calling. When you hear that closing music, I'm done. The time Alfonso So and Nachalo Cry and the LPR people gave me, the time finished, they shut me down. I can't come back on. So here's the number there. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. But let's go back into the subject matter here tonight. Okay. And once again, to wrap up, I want to seriously thank Dr. Weir. People are saying, I was just reading somebody coming, I'm fooling, calling Dr. Weir. No. If I fool him, that I mean who fool him. That the people who gain the doctor degree fool him. I will call him Dr. Weir. Let me answer. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. What's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind, Mr. President?
Mr. Toll, this is Alexander Yara from calling you from Baghdad, Iraq.
From where?
This is Alexander Yara, Mr. Toll. I'm calling you from Iraq.
From Iraq?
Yes, Baghdad.
Oh, you going to Iraq and something to it? No about it? Okay, we'll talk about that one. But go ahead.
No, Mr. Toll, it's okay. I'll be later. I'll be back. I'll be back in the short time.
Okay, all right. Well, be careful over there, please. We love you, please.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I'll be careful.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, good evening to your listening guests. And like you said, let me first of all commend you for that splendid reading. I noticed that you have some rigidity and some good taste. The tone of voice, your speed, everything was intact. So I want to say congratulations. Your idea from ways down to the VR seems you didn't forget yet. So that's good. You're very good reader. Let me agree you on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope I'm recording for
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Even though it's going to cost me some money, but I thought to do this. Mr. Flo, I'm one of those guys who very big anticipation about what some of the things the president, I was looking forward to hearing from the president's speech. So when I got the first message that the time was changed, from okay, sometimes these things happen, even though I was kind of a little bit down out there, but I said these things happen sometimes, we live in a world of phenomena, so nobody can push anything so far. But once they come up with another time, we'll wait and see. And to be very, honest here, exactly when the time came, the president appeared, very nicely attired, and he, respected the national anthem, and then he started his speech. Okay, Mr. Cole, between you and me, and even a lot of people listening, I thought it was very obvious that the president would have, pinpoint the actual root causes of, the economic meltdown today that's going in Liberia. So for that, it was not a surprise, for me, when I heard him pinpointing, what caused or what is causing the economic situation. So that, I want to give him credit for that. I want to say he did very good in, incorporating series of problems, numerous of problems that cause our economy to go to the downward, in the downward spiral, in the direction, downward. So that's what he did. Where I felt very bit disappointing was when I saw the president start to action, the cost factor of the economic downfall now to the past administration. And I followed him saying they knew what they were getting into. They knew he was going to, there's a tax he was going to face once he took the leadership. And he's not complaining. I thought that was a very big contradiction. Because if you say you're not complaining and the problem before you, you're going to find a solution, but you come in the very speech and say the problem came from the poor people, the poor I took over from, then you stay complaining, so you're contradicting yourself right there. So I saw that contradiction and I found at that a little bit. Now, fast forward. There are a couple of things that I was taking down. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the president should have spoken to my ears. Most of us in our country, sometimes when we speak of different times, information comes in advance, like, the president will be making speech of we start guessing, So I just done two things, I thought the president address would have been good thing. First thing was about the economy, because it was very clear the president was discussing the state of the economy of the nation. So I wasn't looking at a broad-based discussion. To me, the 24 minutes the president spoke for was not that bad. If you understand it, at least 30 minutes would have been better, but 24 minutes was not bad, because he was speaking about just one aspect of the leadership, the economy. So that was okay. I would have wished that he did at least a little bit, more than 24 minutes. But again, like I said, that was not that bad. Now, I thought the president would have touched a couple of things. Like number one, we all know the problem is it's not a secret in Liberia that the economy is bad. The president started reading his speech in the beginning. He said he told us 2 weeks after he took over, after the mentality or many of the constitution, you should speak to the nation when you just take over. He told us in that kindling, the inheritor of bad economy, all the things here, which means the president exactly 2 weeks into office already knew the problem. So I thought the president was going to tell us, look, when I came in, I met all the problems, and this, these are the solutions, or these are the, these are the solutions we put into effect. Unfortunately for us, it did not work within the 6 months. So I came back here today to tell you guys that the problem is persisting because our first chance, our first trial did not work. At this time, I'm going to tell you the second time, the second thing we're going to do to tackle this problem. I did not hear that from the president. So after he told us that he knew what the problem was after 2 weeks, and he mentioned his 2 weeks speech in other speech for his State of the Nation address, and he's coming back to re-litigate the situation again. by telling us the problems, the problems are there. So the problem was there when you took over, but you need to know where you try to solve it, and one way you try to solve it in the first 6 months. So you're coming back after 6 months to tell us that the problems are still there. I was kind of disappointed. Okay. Now, like I said, I thought the president want to talk about a couple of things here. I thought they were going to mention, first of all, we're going to use this opportunity to let the Liberian people know, saying he did not do that during his what we call first State of the Union address. He did not tell the Liberian people what exactly he held, from the past administration, economics wise. He did not tell us. We don't know why it's in that transition report that has to do with economics. The transition team that was formed by we worked together, the joint team. The report from that team was not brought to the Liberian people. So I thought you would have used this today, that these 2 or 3 minutes, they tell us the way he inherited based on the report from the transition team. I did not hear that. I was very disappointed again. Okay? But again, like I said, please, I'm not saying I expect the president to speak to the people of my ears, like I said. But these are key points that I jumped on because the president is going to be speaking to us on the economy. And like I said, the situation of our economy in Liberia is kind of hitting people. We all know what's going on.
Okay.
So the president did not tell us that was transition the tax government to him. And
Okay.
that was a very big difference. So because obviously we will not know, at least doesn't tell you different things, he says different things, we'll just hear rumors. So this today was the opportunity, the time for the president to have told us that. And none of the president did not search, did not tell us exactly. Okay, if I thought the president has mentioned agriculture, say that you're going to come up with some short-term agriculture scheme, as a way of helping to boost the economy. And the way we're going to use the agriculture scheme to resuscitate the economy. There was nothing mentioned. Especially the reason I thought you would have done that because the budget allocated to agriculture was very minute, and we were already, even before you came in, the IMF secretary or somebody came to Labrador, one lady, she told Elaine that you need to focus on the agriculture direction to resuscitate the economy. Because the Ebola market, it went down very high, and once they get into agriculture, they will come back on. And that particular advice was a very good advice. So I thought the president would have something at least.
All right, and somebody else is on there too, and then try to make it brief so that other people can get in.
Okay, yeah, make it brief. But again, if you don't have time, then don't take our phone. So we can just come to
No, I do, but other people behind you, and so we want to get people to get everybody to participate. Go ahead, finish. You've called it all the way from Baghdad. That's what gave me the latitude. Go ahead.
The president did not mention it, but they don't mention anything about that. Okay? I thought the president would have spoken to us about the whole rights issue. The monopoly on rights is a problem. Okay? It caused the rights price to remain high because you got 5% importing rights. Yes, the president did his best from the beginning to call these two guys, even though I did not really agree on the way he approached the rest dealer. I thought it was a very poor way of doing administratively. But again, you had a chance now to have told the Liberian people that when you really do with the rest business. And what I decided to hear from the president was, look, monopoly is off. But the business is open to the public. Anybody can import rights. He did not mention anything about that because rights is one of the issues that caused that the economy down. And last year, Mr. Tova, I was pretty disappointed that the president mentioning anything about corruption in the government. Now, I didn't expect people to come to John Brown for this and that, but at least the first trial where there was an accusation from global witness about local, and the president took that accusation and looked for investigating, and he came up and started investigating panel. The people went in there, they brought their report and gave their report to the president. I thought the president would have used today to tell Liberian people exactly what his decision about the report, or the result of that report, because there are many people that were impacted by that report. One of them will have their input for them to be able to adjudicate the adjudicate or defend themselves and adjudicate themselves or be a judge, or whatever it is. He did not mention that. That was very disappointing. Now, coming to the solution of some the money issue that has to do with the excess of Liberian dollar out there and the high rate of US, something in from the 5 million in the economy as a stimulus, I think it's good, but the way he said it and the way they're going to do it is not going to help. And because I'm putting a line, in the queue to come in, I will give the chance to talk. But that's on the 5 million that I'm not going to talk about because why? The president did not take into consideration capital flight. The very people who got all the popular Liberians are in their houses are the the Indian people and the Pakistanians are doing the PP businesses. So once you put the US out, hook into the market for foreign exchange purpose, they will run and change all that Liberian dollar, take that money and capital flight, and will go right back to square zero. So I thought the president would have breaking that money down into sectors that would generate funds on to bring back revenue to government and create jobs and then stimulate the economy. Thank you very much. For Mr. Song, you read very well. I feel like the president outlay everything. No, I disagree. He did not outlay everything. He left a lot of things out. And the solution he brought forth to solve the foreign exchange problem, that solution is very weak. It's not going to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yala. That's our president, Mr. Alexander Yala. Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. We appreciate it. Folks, again, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. We all have our own way of trying to say what we want to do and what we want to see and what have you. So that's okay. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. Let me see here. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna. Okay. Oh. All right. All right. Let's call Mr. So. Let's see what he has in mind.
Hello, Mr. Tall.
Yeah, Mr. So, what's on your mind?
Well, tonight, I think it might sound very unusual to you. What's on my mind here that I called earlier today, but I think it's important that we introduce to our many followers. I am one of the happiest person today. All of us dreams seems to come true after months filing our papers with the government of Liberia for full accreditation to allow us as an institution to broadcast live in Liberia. Latest reports and documents currently in my possession from our hard-working team on the ground. We have completed the first phase with the registry division, that's LRA, the commerce, and the article of incorporation is currently in bags. The LIBERIA Public Radio is now being fully accredited, and we will be certificated on Thursday to Friday, following the final paperwork with the Ministry of Information, which of course the registry and the LRA is the most important part. You have to pay all of the fees required to be accredited as a media institution within going to license. So I'm saying here, I'm a happy man. I'm quite sure you are a happy man because like hearing that you, LIBERIA Public Radio, will in the next couple of days, week, as we obtain our license, we will be broadcasting live from Liberia. Our team is fully set and we're ready to go to start a test broadcasting that but we wanted to make sure to be on the side of the law. Be a media institution, you are not above the law. So we were patient. We filed all the necessary paperwork, and they have been finally approved. And so LPR's men and women would now have the privilege to also have a live show from inside Monrovia in the coming days. But we assume the technical aspect is done. But I can say for now the documents are in our possession.
Well, first of all, you as a chief, we want to thank you very much for your hard work. We appreciate it. That's why LPR is in your hand for, because you will know you're capable of handling such a tremendous job, and you've done that. It's a huge undertaking, but we want to thank you very much for bringing us to another place. So hopefully LPR will be on air here very shortly in Liberia. But we want to thank you very much for your involvement and your leadership. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, and I was saying to Mr. I will be live. I will be on my regular programs, the forum, and as usual, what did the president miss in what appears to be an economic policy speech? What was lacking? And was there anything? They will be having some great gentlemen, and we'll be having that discussion tomorrow.
Okay. All right. We will all tune in to watch you. And so, again, folks, tune in tomorrow for Mr. Soul Show, of course. Okay, Mr. Soul, thank you very much for calling.
You see, I'm a nice guy, so I'll play nice with you this evening. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. You feel sorry for your older brother. You drinking water tonight. He never used to drink water. He drinking water tonight. So you feel sorry for something too. You can you don't want to argue too much with him. Okay, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Again, we want to thank Dr. Weir for a job well done. Just because of that, let me dance a little bit for Dr. Weir. You don't like it, you like it. What do people say? You like it, you're my fly. You don't like it. I better stop before before the mistake. Let's see. Okay, let's go.
When you get your mind I draw.
Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. What's your name and what's on your mind? Hold on. Go ahead. What's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Africanos Nathan, calling from Jacksonville, Florida. How you doing?
Oh, the big boss himself. Folks, that's the guy we've been showing his video. Nathan, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. First of all, I will say congratulations to LIBERIA Public Radio about the good news that Mr. Soul just gave. I'm happy for that because I know that you guys will do wonderful things in Liberia. I'm happy. Congratulations to the team.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yes, what on my mind, I think since the president's speech today, he did good. There were just a few things like I thought you were going to talk about one thing that you mentioned too about corruption. You know, it's a good thing to put money into the economy. And we're happy here when we saw the economic meltdown here in 2008. Obama came in. It was a stimulus package ahead. But at least in America, the people were able to protect themselves, protect their finances. But with Liberia, I just hope that the president will have a team in place that will be able to monitor wherever money that's going to be pumped in. Because I know greedy people are just waiting to collect it again and start moving.
Right.
And one of the things my brother said, the president said that I really take on to is that, look, the lot of Liberian dollars that we have in the market, people are waiting to start changing it. You know, and as soon as that US dollar hit the market, they will start running to change it. Until you realize we end up with the same problem. So I'm going to get the president to the doubt to make sure that his finance committee, that the tax code and he put it in place, will be able to look at it because he said that will be coming out to bring us, you know, to give us more information. So I'm not going to hold him like that. I will give him the benefit of the doubt so that they can come up with policies that will guide whatever money that they're going to put into the economy and other steps that they're taking. So that because some of us are getting scared because some of us are trying to pack ourselves. I go to Liberia. I know what it is. This is what I say. I want to go back. You guys been seeing my commercial, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys. I want to go back to see what I can do, but when we hear this kind of news, you know, it's discouraging because some of us being here, we have work, we learn a little bit, we get whatever we try to get together, to put it together, and take everything back to Liberia to invest. It's not that because we just want to go invest, but we want to help the economy. We want to help because we got other people over there that need help. If we employ, if I go there and open a catering company, like what I want to do, and I employ two people, those two persons I employ him will also be able to help at reducing the burden on the government.
But in the meantime, the president will have to put things in place to safeguard some of that trying to talk about Satoka and go to Liberia. We don't want to come back and put that Latvia or anything that will go to Liberia because right now the news is all around. I'm going to Liberia. Some family member will come and say, you want to do this? Yes, I want to do it because if we don't do it, who will do it? Okay? I just want to be here and just be doing it. I want to go to my country and I have learned something. I want to go and help and see how best we can transform things. Everybody cannot live on the government. The government is what I'm really want to get into. So I pray that the president will really go more into the private sector, straight in the private sector, so that because the government cannot create everything. I mean, cannot employ everybody. If I do go to Liberia and become successful, I got friends here that in the restaurant industry. They will want to come, American, Jamaican. They will want to come and visit based on the information that I give them from over there. So I just hope that as we plan to go to Liberia, we will be able to be successful. We have the backing of the government. Make sure that we're able to succeed so that we can also encourage other people to come in. I really appreciate the show, Mr. Doe. Thank you so much. And it's a blessing to have you and I'll listen to you guys and I'll continue to listen to you about God's grace. And I wish you God's blessing as you hear Liberia, bless the people of Liberia. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nathan. Appreciate it. Okay, folks, that's the Nathan Catering Chief himself, giving us a wonderful background here tonight. I want to thank all of you. Okay, folks, I'm going to be getting off here now. I want to thank all of you again tonight. Again, let's just recap what we talked about. I was supposed to read. I know I didn't do a good job because I'm from Totown. From Totown, the fact that I'm from Totown, I can't read. I don't know how to read. But I thought I'd try my best. But that's not the point. I want you, I try to provoke you to go. What kind of thing? Something to reading, chopping, all well, let me go see what you're reading, man. Then you yourself go and read it. I want you to read the text. Because by reading the text and understanding the words that comes out of that text, from your own interpretation, you will get to understand what the president is trying to do. I'm not a member of the administration, but I must be truthful. And I've also mentioned here that there were certain things that I thought the speech itself was lacking. For example, what is the punishment aspect of the speech itself, of the team, the implementation team, the financial policy, whatever they want to put together? Why somebody violate their rule? What are some of the consequences that the president have to face? That was not addressed. So we are now left with us to either interpret or to either put something in between or to assume that the fact that it's not there, therefore the old law will take care of it. But that's the old law that people are still fighting over. So how do we address these things? However, I'm pleading with all of you again tonight. Let's give the president and his team a chance. I will continue to say that. Not that I'm stupid or I'm not able to get on the stuff and start talking things here that will generate huge number of people to watch me. But that's not what I want to do. In fact, tonight was so ridiculous reading that thing. But I thought that I tried to do that anyway. By me exposing myself up to you like that, it means I got nothing to hide. First thing you really quickly find out that something you can't read. That's the first thing you find out. Okay? So the second thing you find out something you know nothing. That's the second thing you find out. So the next time when I come out and I want to read, they make me waste my time again. I can't go to the market and go find something to eat. I can't bang it. You can't read. You always want to read. But that's okay. I put myself out there because I have nothing to hide. But that's not the point. I want you to, when this thing comes out, take yourself from that position, whatever mindset you have an open mind. And for some reason, if the situation, like, okay, let me take this. These people are right together that I thought they can call me. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name and what's on your mind?
Good evening, Mr. Tom from my end. My name is Christopher Topat.
Okay. What's on your mind, sir?
I think, I'm calling to just add my one sent to the president's speech today. I, I think it was a great speech. I really think that the president couldn't fit everything into that speech today. There are a lot more left to be covered, but my takeaway is that he said we should not blame people. We should take responsibility of the situation. We will fix it. We did not create this problem, but we will not blame people. And then that's my message I took away. Another thing he said, another thing he said today that struck me. He said, we're going to invest $25 million into the economy for just a short term. It's not the long term goal, but just for short term goal. And that $25 million is a starting point. I think if we spread it around, it will do something, but it will not solve the problem. The president said that this is not going to end the recession we are in, because this is a massive recession. This thing going to hurt a little bit before it will get better. And he said, don't think because we put $25 million into the economy, all the problems go away. It means everybody will start enjoying it, everybody will get joy, and nobody will suffer. No, that's not what he said. I want our people to understand that. I want his supporter to understand that the $25 million will not solve the problem. This problem will not go away one day time. This problem will be there for some time, but we will work to solve our problem together. And I think that was the message you were trying to project today. And I also heard in his tone of voice, you could see that he's sensing, he's feeling the hurt. His voice was shaking, and stuff like that. That's a cry of a father. Like your father, you come home, the children crying on you, no food in the house, your wife don't know where to turn, and you're sitting there and you have to comfort. You got to build their spirit. And that's what he did today. He calmed our nerves.
Okay.
And he said, Liberian, don't worry. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right.
Okay.
So I really think he did an awesome job. I know it will not be too satisfactory to a lot of people, but at least he did something for us today.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, folks. Let me get out of here, man. I'm a little bit tired too now. But anyway, first thing I want to thank all of you. And as I was saying, basically, whether you agree or not, let's give the people the opportunity. Let's give them chance. I will continue to preach that. And you say, well, every day you come on, you say, get a chance, what else you want me to say? Don't give them chance. Don't give them the opportunity for them to succeed. Is that what you want me to come and preach to you? That's not what I'm going to do. I will ask you, and I will continue to ask for your indulgence in the fact that we, as Liberia, let us continue to pray for each other, including the government and its officials. These are our brothers and sisters. Believe it or not, they are all related to each of us. They are not isolated, even though they pretend to be, but they are not. You go now and check most of Madam Ellen former government officials. They all come back home to their relatives now. Those that are not working anymore. And you think the relatives want to say, well, when you are working, I'll call you. You answer my don't come. They're not going to say that, because that's not who we are. Okay? So let me leave it as that. I want to thank all of you again this evening. First of all, we want to for the wonderful news we got. But LPR going to be live in Liberia here very shortly, and we'll do all we can to support our leader, the LPR chief himself. We'll do all we can to make sure LPR comes on live in Liberia, and it's going to be just like what I'm having now. You're not going to have one of those LPR It's one of those, I call it Facebook show, people talking from over their head. We're not going to do that. We're going to have something like this where people will come to our studio like this in Liberia, and they will be broadcasting live to you. Now, because of the time zone, whatever you want to call it, time difference, so you might have some replay that we ourselves going to broadcast. Maybe some Saturday we might want to get up very early in the morning so that we'll be in the same type of condition as in Liberia with respect to time, and so that when it's daytime over there, it's night here to us, but we can still broadcast and let our brothers and sisters able to hear your view as well. We'll do all we can to make sure that when we call you, I've been telling people here to inbox me, those who want to appear on my show, to inbox me, because then I will bring you through video. I don't want you coming over my head to talk to me. I want you to be side by side, just like the Dr. We have pictures right there. It could be a video picture right there, and I'm talking to you. We have the ability. LPR has the ability. But I can't utilize it without you telling me you want to come. I don't want to just call you and say, come on, then when time comes, you don't come. But if you inbox me, then I know you're serious. Or go on LPR website and send out the information you want to appear. We'll bring you on. Anyway, I want to thank all of you again to say thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Let's do it again. Come Wednesday, but tomorrow, please tune into Mr. Social, where he will give you more information about the what's happening with Liberian Public Radio and what is happening with the politics of Liberia. If you want politics, go to a Fonso show. If you want to express yourself without something to telling you, say, I'm not comfortable and all that kind of comfort stuff, no. My show, you come here, you come with comforter, blanket to cover yourself. But on his show, you come say with no t-shirt, you can come. If it's 200 degrees, you can come. That's Mr. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again this evening for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio. We truly, truly enjoy your company. And thank you. The fact that you will tune into Liberian Public Radio. The fact that you have many, many things you could have turned into tonight, but just to turn into us, you make us feel good, and you make us want to do this thing more and more. It doesn't matter how much it costs us, we will continue to do that. Just so that you will be able to have a platform like this and be able to express yourself. Thank you very much, and good night to all of you. Let's do it again.
mon amant. Hey, hey, mon amant. Hey, hey, mon amant.
Ateito, ateito, ateito. Nalukio na kati ya Kinshasa mobimba mama e. Nabandi na foire fikine. Nakoti na sine paladume, nakoti na raki. Nakoti na sine palace, nakoti na Bellevue. Naleki na tipekae, nakoti na N2. Ateito, 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 ateito mon amour. Hey, hey, mon amant, maman, mon amant. Hey. Anei monama Zambe aneito nalingi o mama Anei monama Mama aneito naponi o mama Anei monama Janine amelo nalingi o mama Anei monama Elongi na yo ekati me monte manga na kolela monama Loposo na yo esilisinga mayelenga na kolela monama Zambe aneito nalingi o mama Anei monama Zambe aneito naponi o mama Anei monama Janine amelo nalingi o mama Anei monama